Right, let's get out and about. Brandy Scott on the road.
Indeed. Down here still, though, on the floor of the ADFW at the ADGM, which is an event of many stages and many conferences. One of them yesterday, one of the biggies, was Resolve, which is a big legal conference that looks to do exactly that. Resolve some of the issues that we don't yet have full agreement on around the world about how things should be regulated and arbitrated. And to talk to me about that, Linda FitzAlan is the Registrar and the Chief Executive Officer of Abu Dhabi Global Market Courts here at the ADGM. Linda, it's lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you, Brandy. Thanks for having me.
So we have a day on disputes yesterday with the theme of resilience. How does resilience and disputes fit together?
Massively so, Brandy, to be honest. Because resilience is all about kind of withstanding challenges and come through them. We all have, resilience is not limitless. We all know that we have to be careful about being incredibly resilient. But disputes take a toll on individuals, and it takes a toll on organizations. And so what we discussed yesterday were strategies for lawyers to bring themselves and their clients through those incredibly complex issues that really we're facing in the world today.
And indeed, the issues were clear yesterday. I was in and out of Resolve listening to a lot of your sessions. That some of the biggest tech issues are bringing with them their own problems. AI, one of the really big discussions of the day. How are you, or do you see that popping up in the courtroom?
I see it popping up massively. It's coming. It's popping up popping up in the courtroom in two ways. One, with cases, how lawyers are preparing their cases, disclosure of AI, the use of AI in doing submissions, tech cases involving AI. We haven't seen those through yet, but they are around in the world, and courts are grappling with the guardrails around that. How regulators have dealt with them, what those guardrails are, and frankly our knowledge of them. So we are skilling up enormously with our judiciary to make sure that we are on top of what industry are talking about. It's incredibly important for the judges in all courts to be on top of those issues.
That was one of the things that did strike me yesterday, the fact that you need to be almost ahead of the tech in terms of preparing experts. Do you train the ones you've got? Do you hire new people? How do you do that?
We train the ones we've got, and we bring in great consultants. So what you saw yesterday at Resolve was a panel of two extraordinary lawyers and two extraordinary individuals from industry. So we bring those individuals in to talk to us and work with us. Academia, Oxford University is doing some incredible things as well. So we get help in, and tailored help. We try to target issues, so it's not a holistic look. We really are being quite focused on what the issues are.
One of the other things that really jumped out to me as well, and it was mentioned time and time again when it came to setting the regulations, which I realise you're at the other end of the process, but was the need to be relaxed enough to allow people to innovate and grow, and indeed to attract the companies into the ADGM in the first place, but also tight enough to withhold everybody's rights and be credible and transparent and reliable. What does that mean for you when it comes to the judgments?
It means for us that with common law is that we're really testing the temperature of society. So we're really bringing in all of that information and working out, with discretion, and judges who are very commercial, where those lines are. So for us, we have to be incredibly careful that we don't have a fully traditional view on things. And I think sometimes that is a criticism of courts, is that it's very staid. But times have changed now with judicial education and with the way we look at how those cases are managed. And that's an important part, is case management. Those experts, those lawyers, how they can assist with submissions so that we have the whole panoply of the information that we need.
Is it also changing how you are settling disputes? Things like arbitration, things like mediation. What are you seeing in terms of what percentage actually ends up in court and what you manage to avoid?
It's making a huge difference, and for us technology is huge on that, particularly in assisting litigants. We're just about to introduce AI on our eCourts platform, and what that's about is helping litigants confine the issues, so we really get down to the nub of what the problem is straight away. But cases are settling. We have a Court Annex mediation scheme, has an 80% settlement rate. And that's huge, particularly in cases like employment cases. And we are driving mediation through most of those cases. It's rare that you can't find a way to resolve them through mediation, which is, they control the settlement, they don't have a decision imposed upon them.
How busy are your courts at the moment? I mean, ADGM, we know that the population has risen by about a third of the people working here year on year. Does that mean more cases through the courts automatically? What does that look like for you?
It's an incredibly busy year for us. Highest caseload ever. Around about 330 cases now, and we're continuing to file each day. So yes, our new demographic, our Ream Island, has produced new cases for us. But ADGM has grown. It's incredible over the last few years, and what we're now starting to see is sophisticated commercial cases as well. So it's quite a new era for ADGM courts and for our judges. It's exhilarating, actually. Yeah.
And it's a horrible thing to say about a dispute, but obviously the cases themselves getting incredibly interesting. Climate risk being discussed yesterday, exposure for sovereign wealth funds and investors, societal responsibility from social media platforms. A huge amount that you're starting to tackle. We don't have time to go into all of it, unfortunately, but that is our chat this morning with Linda FitzAlan. She's the Registrar and the CEO of the Abu Dhabi Global Market Courts here at the ADGM, with a very busy caseload, so much so that they're now even hearing cases on the weekend. So I'm going to let you go.
Thank you very much, Brandy. It's been great to be with you.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.